Hello, I'm Father Loman Chibundi. I'm pastor here at Rabuni Catholic Community. I want to welcome you to this desert experience. We are in the Lenten season, and I will ask the very firmest Catholic question. What are you giving up for Lent? And actually, before you answer that, or as you prepare to answer that, and how do you hope that what you're giving up for Lent will transform you, will change you to the very core, make you more like Christ? What I wish for our faith community and what I wish for anybody that is watching, that our Lenten journey, our fasting actually becomes a transformation, that we change during this process, that we begin to reflect more of God and be like God. And who knows, the journey of being the people of God is a long journey. It's a lifelong journey, I should say. Sometimes we arrive at it, and sometimes we struggle, we fall. But that there is that earnest desire of surviving this desert experience and coming out at the other end as a renewed people. What do I give up? I want to fast on impatience. I want to fast on quick judgment. I want to fast from prejudice as a people. So we can choose to fast from things, but make sure whatever it is actually transforms us. I think transformation begins, for me, it begins when I begin to see myself as good news to people. So I need to tell myself stories about the experience of my life that are good, because that has a way also of seeping into my soul, that there is a child who looks at me like I am the world to him. That there is a wife who says, "Oh, it's always good when you're home." And that makes me come alive during this Lenten season. How about we practice this? How about we practice telling ourselves the good news about ourselves? What is the good news about you? Because I know you are good news. And sometimes we have told ourselves the bad news about ourselves. We need to stop with that, right? Because that seeps into our souls. But let us begin now telling the good news. The good news of great joy about you. What is it? And I have a suspicion that when we tell ourselves the good news about ourselves, it begins to transform us. So if the people of Israel are in the desert and everything they tell themselves is, poor us, we are suffering, we are this, that negativity will probably drown them. But I think at some point they had to stop looking at themselves as poor me, and they said seeing themselves as, how blessed are we? In fact, Moses says this. He says, is there a nation that has God so close to it as the Lord your God is close to you? That is telling ourselves good news. The good news is that we have a God who sustains us. The good news is that I have a God who loves me just the way I am. The good news is that I have a family and I have a church family. I love this. The good news is that there is a church family that accepts me just the way I am. And that transforms me. Quote, the Lenten practice this year is say and repeat 5 good things about ourselves. There is enough time in the year to talk about the negative and how horrible we are, right? But just during this Lenten season, and let's see what that does. What would it do if for 40 days I tell myself, I am kind, I am gentle, I am giving, I am forgiving? What would happen to us? I want to say that to myself this Lenten season. I am kind, I am God's beloved. Nothing negative. Trust me, on the 40th day, a new person will be born. A new person will rise with Christ. Happy Lent.